Hey guys, KTV here. So this is a very a video that I'm excited to do actually. So what have I got here? So I've got a consumer unit, as you can see. This is your domestic dwelling consumer unit. It is a plastic, but it's only for a project. So what is going on exactly? So we have our circuits, we have a plug top. This is just a test rig, so don't worry. However, what we're doing is, as you can see, I have all the wires. I have the buzz bar, the DIN rail part. I'm not using Wilex parts, by the way, because I want to be retro. I'm using MEM Mamira 2000 circuit breakers, and the reason being, this is themed around the old sockets, as in you're talking 1960s, 70s, 80s, etc. So it's going to be a test rig for that. So what are we doing? So as you can see, we have the consumer unit here, and we are going to be terminating it today. I've noticed a problem with the Mamira things. They don't go into the DIN rail here. However, with this little buzz bar cover, they sit in quite tightly. They will be fully, but once they're in there, they're in there. I do have 4 blanks. However, they haven't come yet. The package will have 2 more MCBs coming, because temporarily you'll see them 2 being used. That socket won't be connected because it hasn't arrived yet. That is a 1960s MEM. And this one's a Hager and BG. This will be temporarily. And then we use these, never heard of the brand, but I'm using these circuit breakers, and that is just to ridge off the 11-way. So it doesn't wobble and shake and you can stick your hands in it. But I will do an update when the blanks arrive, so then it can all be sound in there. However, it's just an interesting project I'm doing. So as we can see, we have a 13 amp supply, 10 amp circuit breakers, because a plug top is 13, so therefore if you draw more than 10 amps it will trip, so it's having some additional protection in. And we have a 1990s MEM double pole. This one's like an early 2000s 90s MEM intra range. An MEM double over here, 1982 Crabtree. This is a proper good old 1960s MK. That's that 1950s contact ton that was being used in one of my other videos. It's off the wall now, so goes there. And we have the common 1980s MK Logic series. This one has a neon. So I'm just terminating this soon, and I'll give you an update soon on what's going on. Okay, so here's some combination of what I've been doing. Here is going to be an audio combination of what I've been doing the past 20 minutes of terminating the cable. 3, 2, 1, go.
I got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby, I tell you though, cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. I tell you though, cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Oh, my darkest memories, now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side What's on the other side of inhibition? Ooh, I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so cool.
Okay, as you just saw there, that was the termination of the rest and neutral bar. So the neutral bar is complete, and to me that looks pretty neat. I will admit there is some, you know, at one point I did use this, and I know for a fact I should be using that. However, the supply was dead. It's unplugged. However, I do know that that is a habit that I need to snap out of because of my nan and granddads. I tend to do that as well. Not in consumer units, but just grab these because they're comfortable. So, as you can see, I do own a set of screwdrivers, electrician's ones. The long nose cutters aren't the best ones I have. These are just cheap. I think they're from the range or something. They're awful for cutting, but they're okay for gripping. So I have the neutral bar over here, main neutral from the plug. This will be going into the RCD eventually, and then it needs to go into the into the earth bar. So next I'm going to terminate the earths, and I do realise I've done something wrong. I am actually going to rectify this. I just realised what I need to do when I get the DIN rail back in now, and it's plugged out there, and this needs to go into here. Now I know that, I'm going to rectify that. So I'll rectify that later though, just so you guys can see. I'm going to unplug it because I did realise it was a mistake. However, I think that length is pretty okay to go into the RCD component, so we'll leave that as is. However, the earth, there's the earth in the 2.5 that has been connected, and there's this big, I think it's 16mm earth. It was something that my granddad had, and he didn't want it, so he gave it to me, and it was thick earth wire, so I thought, yeah, I know it's for consumer units, so I'm using it as my main earth. I've just put it behind there to stop it washing out at the back. So next is down to these. I've already put the earths in. Now I'm going to start terminating the breaker panel, the circuit breaker. I'm going to start putting that component back after I've put the buzz bar into it. Well, I probably won't use buzz bar because it's the 13 amp plug top. I can use 1.5mm wire, and it is a little bit easier. However, I will see if this buzz bar will work with the Mimira breakers. I don't think it will, but it's worth a try. So yeah, see you in a bit. That is not a bad board, guys. So what I've done is I've used the MEM breakers. There are two more Mimira 2000 circuit breakers. As you can see, they're quite wobbly. However, the retention of the board when the cover goes on covers it, so that'll be okay. So they're dummy ones. They're going to be blank. They're not even connected to anything. These two are doing a socket that isn't even there, so I'm going to put a cheap one over for now just to cover up the risk. And yeah, and then when the Mimira breakers come, I'll do an update again, and when that 1960s MEM socket goes on, then it'll be good to go. So let's get ready at that now. Okay, now the consumer unit is in a way where it's operational. So the sockets are on it. Let's try getting it off this tripod. So all our sockets are on. It's not plugged in at the moment, however RCD is operational. I've got the sticker on it, and you have the cover, but you also have the thing that tells you spare 60s MEM, 80s MK, light 6 is 90s MEM delta, 90s MEM double, which is that one, 50s contact on there, 60s MK, which is there, and an 80s, 90s MEM single, which is behind there, and an 80s Crabtree. So now we've got to do one more thing that I'm going to show quickly. Because it plugs in, it wouldn't hurt getting the old pat tester on this, would it? So let's do this now. Okay, so the way I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be giving it an extension test, because really this is just an over advanced extension lead. However, select test on the pat tester is a little bit more, yeah, it's a little bit more readable there. And I'm going to do lead, and this is from the 90s delta. So it'll go through, be able to tell you if they've all passed. And the earth has already passed. And there's the plug from the whole appliance as a whole, and that's a pass. Now we move it on to the next socket in the set. Do the same thing. What's weird about 6's MK, sorry, is the switch is that is off and that is on, whereas normally that's off and that's on. So it's very, very strange. Oh, had a bit of a freeze there for some reason, and it's a pass. Hooray! Go over to the MEM double now. Waiting for it to. Ideally I want to go to all sockets on this circuit, I don't want to leave out one. So we've done that, now we've got to go to the other side of it. So we'll do something again, we'll have a look at them. There's the proper bakelite, that will be a 60s, I've only put that on there temporarily. So when the other one's on, this will be retested, just for compliance. As we can see, there's a 50s contact on there. This lot has been tested. Now we've got to go into you next, and hopefully it will pass. That delay though. Always has a delay. There you go. Stick it in the other side for compliance. This does have 10 meters of Arctic grade flex, and I will repat test, guys, when the MEM breakers come, the Mimira 2000s, because these will be changed out from the Mimira 2000s to all match, and they will be blanked off. So therefore, I will still have them. I will repat test everything. This is just for the video. That's the on position, I've got to remember that. So as you can see in the breakers there, you have a YX RCD, MEM Mimira 2000, whatever you want to call it, were called Eton. There's these Mimira 2000s that are called Talisman Plus. Bill was another name of them, I think, and they were called just Mimira, like that one. They were called Eton. The most notable though is Mimira 2000. Okay, so you've got a pass. That's always nice to know. Now it's on to you. We have to make sure all the circuit breakers are on for this, because it won't Otherwise it will fail. It won't be able to do it. And wiring, just waiting for that feedback, and it's passed. Now it's on to you. All the circuit breakers have to be on because it needs a connection to all three of them. Because I believe what the pattern test does is it shorts out the live and neutral and applies 500 volts. And it tests all the integrity and all that good stuff. And it's passed. Now it's onto our temp, you know, just to be compliant. I'll still test that. So overall this was a very interesting project for me. Very interesting indeed. Still waiting. And we got past. So yeah, that just about wraps up this video. That is the consuming. This is perfect for me to practice. I've made a couple more. There's one there, a big one. However, that one's a bit more moderned up. However, this was the retro one. So hope you enjoyed this. So bye guys.